Welcome to the Ben Dino Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you guys today. Stephen A. Smith, black card has been revoked. Stephen A. Smith this weekend went to the cookout, reached in his wallet, pulled out his black card, tried to swipe it, and it got declined. Stephen A. Smith, after a year of calling out Jasmine Crockett, after a year of correcting the record when it comes to Cari Champion, after a year of responding to Jemele Hill mentioning his name, well, Stephen A. Smith, you need to go easy on these black women in sports and politics. You got to go easy on them. You got to just let them do their thing. Don't correct the record. Don't pay attention. Don't be combative. Don't ask for a conversation. Do none of that. If Jasmine Crockett wants to bat her eyelashes and say they not like us and do her little dance, let her do her little dance with her big ass glass. Let her do it. If Cari Champion wants to act like she made first take, let her act like it, Stephen A. No need to go on record and correct it. No need to do that. If Jemele Hill wants to call you a fascist, wants to call you Donald Trump, wants to say that you're a joke of a candidate, but the Democrats need to take you seriously, let her do that. Don't even respond to those three ladies. Don't even respond. Stephen A. Smith responded, and that was his mistake. Black card revoked. The National Association of Black Journalists said, Stephen A., you ain't black no mo', and we don't want you in our club. Let's get into it, shall we? Like the video, hype the video, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. The National Association of Black Journalists gives Stephen A. Smith the Thumbs Down Award for his recurring public pattern of disparaging public commentary directed at prominent black women across politics, sports, and media. Let's take a listen, shall we? Stephen A. Smith fired back today, by the way. We have that clip ready to go. Let's hear what the NABJ had to say.
Stephen A. Smith, sports analyst and political commentator. Smith has established a recurring public pattern of disparaging commentary directed at prominent black women across politics, sports, and media. Such commentary reinforces harmful narratives, undermines the fair and respectful representation of black women in public discourse, and stands in direct conflict with NABJ's long-standing commitment to accurate, responsible, and inclusive portrayals of black communities.
Inclusive portrayals. So in other words, Stephen A. Smith, you can't go against the grain, Stephen A. Smith. You can't wander too far off that Democratic plantation, Stephen A. Smith. You can't wander too far off off the path of woke. You can't do it, Stephen A. You can't challenge Jasmine Crockett. You can't give Cari Champion a reality check. You can't respond to Jemele Hill trying her hardest to slander you. In multiple interviews, Jemele Hill's tried to slander. You can't respond to that. And if you do, the NABJ, they're going to take your black card. They're going to take your black card. Stephen A. Smith, this is all he's done with Jasmine Crockett. Stephen A. Smith blasts Jasmine Crockett. When you go on national television and you're being all disrespectful as a representative in this country, do you believe the citizens of Texas sent you there to do that? This is one of a few instances that Stephen A. Smith brought to the forefront, criticizing Jasmine Crockett and how she conducts herself, whether it's interviews, public. Stephen A. Smith holding Jasmine Crockett accountable. That's allowed, but not in the culture, not according to the NABJ. You can't call out somebody like Jasmine Crockett. No, you can only call out whiteys, Stephen A. Smith. Only call out whiteys. Cari Champion, saying that she isn't too fond of Stephen A. Smith, isn't too much of a fan of Stephen A. Smith, thinks Stephen A. Smith is against black people, thinks Stephen A. Smith is against black women. Stephen A. Smith fires back. You were hired at First Take in large part because of me. You stayed as long as you stayed and had the support of the people who supported you because of me. Do I need to get bosses to confirm that I'm telling the truth? You know I can. When we see the diverse people that come on First Take, black people, women, the list goes on and on. Who did that? That wasn't happening when Skip was there. That was me. What are you talking about? Correcting the record when it comes to Cari Champion. Jemele Hill, his whole presentation, which can be very effective, is going to be, I'm a straight shooter. I talk differently than them. I'm going to be honest. Those are the same reasons Donald Trump got into office. Jemele Hill thinks putting Donald Trump and Stephen A. Smith in the same sentence is a dig at Stephen A. Smith. It's somehow undermining Stephen A. Smith. It's supposed to be interpreted as a jab at Stephen A. Smith, something to discredit Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith has responded to Jemele Hill numerous times. Yeah, Stephen A. Smith, you're not allowed to respond to these angry black women in the media. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that. It's whites only. You can only attack the white people. Excuse me, the white people. You can only attack them. You can't stray off the path too far. Let's listen to Stephen A's response, shall we?
It is BS. And I get a lot of people want to pile on and they want to jump on it because you have your own individual feelings about me. I'm here to tell y'all are entitled to that. Not the NABJ. You're not entitled to that. This is me we're talking about here. I am the same guy that brought a nationally televised show to a journalism conference, which is the NABJ, the last 2 years. Whew. Did you have anything to say about me then?
Probably not. Probably not.
Did I get a thumbs down then?
No.
First Take, a nationally televised show, which has been #1 for 14 straight years. We came to the National Association for Black Journalists in Chicago and Cleveland, back-to-back years. Of course, I got to thank ESPN for that. They're the ones that signed off on that. Specifically, now former executive Dave Roberts. It doesn't happen without him. It doesn't happen without ESPN. But you know who else it doesn't happen without?
Who?
Me.
Ooh.
Because if I'm not willing to show up, we ain't coming. But I was there.
Yeah.
I was there not just to do the show. I also stood in the booth for over an hour doing the jobs fair. I also gave a speech. I also mentored and talked to, as I continue to do, young, aspiring black journalists, and I have done that religiously for decades. I started my career at the Philadelphia Inquirer. I know it's the New York Daily News as a high school reporter, but thereafter, in 1994, I began my career at the Philadelphia Inquirer, courtesy of Sandra Long, a longtime executive for the Philadelphia Inquirer, synonymous with the NABJ, whom I first met at the jobs fair of the NABJ. My career started because I was at the NABJ job fair. And yet, Saturday night, I saw the president of the organization, Aaron Haynes.
Aaron Haynes, a black... Hey, Stephen A. Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Let's call a spade here, Stephen A. Once you got your own show, your politics have gotten exposed a little bit. Not in a bad way, but you're not nearly as left as many people believe. You're more moderate-ish. And that's not good for the NABJ. That's not good for the Democrats. They don't like that. They don't like moderate. They don't like centralist. They don't like any of that. You got to be far left. If you move any further left, you're falling off a cliff. That's how far left you got to be. And with your show, you've been a lot more free to speak your mind. You've been a lot more open to share your thoughts on certain policies, this, that, and the third. They don't like that, Stephen A. This past year, 2025, was probably a year in which you responded and addressed things more than you ever have in your career on a cultural and political level. I think you've called it down the middle. You've called out blacks, whites, Latinos, anybody. Called out anybody, you've had anybody on your show, but that's not okay. Because you're allowed to call out anybody, according to the NABJ, as long as that anybody aren't black people. That's where you messed up. Now you got the whole sisterhood against you. They're going to form an alliance now against you. The question that I have for you, are you going to fold and now start straying away from those conversations? Are you not going to talk about Kamala when they start rolling her out for a presidential run in 28? Are you going to ignore AOC? Are you going to turn a blind eye to these things? Or are you going to continue to address the issues at hand? I'm not your biggest fan, but I do enjoy your work. I'm not going to defend you at every turn, but I think this one right here, I don't think you're nearly as bad of a guy that the NABJ think you are. I just think you called out some black women and now they're mad because you called them out. So how are they going to reprimand you? How are they going to punish you? How are they going to hurt you, your public image? Well, this is the only way that they can right now. Right now. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like the video, have the video, subscribe to the channel. That means so much to me. See you next time, and as always, take it easy.